Start the recording for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Welcome back to Satisfactory. It's time to get started. I had an epiphany at work, so I have to get that epiphany started and get it working. So obviously, I have not moved since I stopped yesterday, so everything is pretty much still the same, pretty much still perfectly fine. And yeah, all we have to do is actually get on working with aluminum production. And the very first thing I need to do is I need to get my water production to... Okay, so there's two things that I could do here. I can either A, make two pumps down here, and then pull it all the way up there, and just have that be the actual factory itself, which I can do. If I wanted to, I can do that. Or I can put all the materials down here and just have the water travel the least amount of distance. I think it'll be easier to transport the water, because then all I have to do is have two pumps and then shoot it upwards and then literally just make the machinery on that level. And that's all I have to do. Then just pump the water up, be done with that, and be nice and easy and clean. But otherwise, the only thing that I need to do is buy one thing, or unlock one thing and one thing only. And I'll be straight up honest, this is a thing that I had. Listen, I'm in the intro and I'm still taking care of stuff. Y'all can't fucking blame me when I'm the one who's actually taking care of things and y'all just being impatient. But where is it? It's in quartz. It is in quartz. So, this is the thing here. The priority merger. I instantly saw this when this got released in 1.1, when I saw the review video and all that kind of stuff. I looked at this and I instantly said, wow, why would you ever use that? More accurately, I knew the case situations on why I would use this. I personally just never saw a reason why I would actually go through with using this. However, that's where my epiphany came into play. I finally had an epiphany at work that instantly said, you dumb slut, this is actually incredibly useful. I'm so upset that I came to this conclusion, which is even worse because it also came with a slight redesign to some of my things to make them look a little prettier, make them a little bit more compact, and somehow make this function in a layout that I could actually make use of in a way that I like to use it. So, yes. I realized my error of my ways that this actually is semi-useful. Semi-useful. It's not like the most useful thing in the universe, but it's useful for very specific case scenarios. But those very specific case scenarios are A, things that I like to do, and B, would be super, super, super goddamn useful at the end of the day. I have no idea what you mean by well, first off, that's against the rules, Frosty. They won't say no, they'll just say, that you can't make that wish. Simple as that. To make a genie say no, you have to make up something real, like something that's not confined by the rules. It's technically no, that's a slap in the face, is what that is. They have 3 rules. They don't say no, they slap you in the face because of that. In fact, they make you slap yourself in the face because they say, you're a fucking idiot. Slap. Also, I've no idea what you're talking about, Rosemary. I finally admitted. All I admitted is that I'm a fucking idiot, a complete and utter fucking fool, and this is actually loosely useful. It upsets me with how much this actually is useful at the end of the day. But, yeah, so I'm gonna lock that first and, get to work on that. But, to begin with, I have to swallow Nan's fluid because he is utterly incapable of holding back even a quarter of a second and be impatient as I'm going through my intro and describing everything that I need to take care of.
Try again.
Thank you for the hydrate, Nab. You know it's fucking true. Also, you did that just a smidge too early. Yeah, smidge too early. Because you're impatient as fuck. So hello there, Nab. Thank you for the hydrate. Granted me the first one can swallow for tonight. Frosty going after a shiny check. Why you bonk me? I've done and said nothing to get bonked. Also, I didn't even make the crystal oscillators, you dumb whore. oh yeah, I need the reinforced iron plates myself, and then I also need the crystal oscillator from storage.
Try again.
Okay, grab these. Simple and easy.
Try again.
Ooh, Frosty, actually trying to go for my shinies. Speaking of my shinies, or my models in general, I am
Again.
still working on making my next model, which I think I already said is going to be a refurbished model, but it's, what I'm trying to do is excessive. So I'm hoping that I can actually make it work at the end of the day. At the end of the goddamn day. Dumb lore can't work with that. I'm so confused. There is a conversation that you're having that makes no sense, and I don't understand if you've explained it or if I'm just, or if you're just trying to drive me insane. Which, to be fair, you can't drive me insane. I'm already insane as it is. I'm already ballistically fucking mad. Case in point being a conversation that I had on DMs with Nam last night, being that I realized that the Hotel Transylvania universe is debatably probably one of, if not the fucking worst universes to fall in love in, because it is not great. If anybody has seen Hotel Transylvania, the love in that universe is determined by the zing. What is the zing? If you look in somebody's eyes, you may literally zing, which tells you that you are meant to fall in love. Why is that so terrible? Oh, just because of the fact that that also means that if you don't zing with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your high school sweetheart or your sex friend, like, if for whatever reason you look each other's eyes and you don't ever zing, that instantly tells you, in that universe, you're not in love. You're just having sex. I mean, it could be really hot, passionate, brutal, and euphoric sex, but it's still only sex at the end of the day. Oh my god, you a crystal oscillator for this shit. Holy god. Okay, that's gonna be annoying as shit. Ugh. Goddamn. But, yeah, so that's the kind of thought process that goes through my stupid ass head in that instance. Yeah, no, it literally, I got a random ass, Hotel Transylvania clip last night, Rose, and that occurred to me, it's like, hang on a second, if the zing, like, exists in that universe, then that literally means that love in that universe is literally real. Like, the actual, well, God-honest form of love is real in that universe. And it's not even a joke. It is kinda insane to think about when you really put it in that perspective. Okay, so literally all we need are 2 of these. It doesn't really matter as to where they go. They just have to go somewhere. I'm just gonna put that. Actually, let me put this right here. And then I'm just gonna do these. Full. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? We'll do it this way instead then. Please. There. Oh, right, that's delete that. Right, okay. You've been... Wait. I've been calling a Star Wars fanatics... What? Frosty. Fix thine grammar. That's not even a fucking autocorrect thing. That is a straight up grammar thing right there. That is almost it. Actually, no, I'll just leave it at that. It doesn't matter. Okay, cool. But with that... Did I actually get it on the line? Oh, wow, I basically did. Then I have to put in... Oops. That one. And that one. Okay, finish then. Horizontal to vertical. Horizontal to vertical. There we go. Okay, cool. So with that... I now just have to figure out how fucking tall I can make this before I have to make platforms. Okay, so this is where it goes. It's right here. Okay. Right there. Not what I wanted, but okay, I'll do that. 9. Ooh, is that gonna go through the train? Or is that... gonna be fine. Ooh. Alright, let me figure something out here real quick. Okay, so here. On this platform, I need to figure out how tall I can make this. I can make it taller. You wish perceptual motion machines were possible. Perceptual? What the fuck is perceptual motion? Okay, in actuality, man, why would that be a problem? I'll be honest, I don't know why a genie would say no to that. If that exists, that means there's infinite energy, so why is that a problem? Okay, so there you go. Now it's too long. Okay, but when is it getting too long? It gets too long around here. Around there. Okay. Oops. And then... Okay, cool. There you go. Alright, so that's the limit that I can go. Oh, never mind. There. And that should be fine. That was not what I wanted? The hell? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? What? What? I am so fucking confused what happened there. That was one hell of a goddamn glitch. Ma'am, these don't upside down, you son of a bitch! This ain't One Piece. You're not caught up to the fucking manga. You don't understand upside down yet. Don't speak to me the ancient tongue, because even I don't understand the ancient tongue yet. I'm terrified of the ancient tongue, actually. The ancient tongue is scary. Okay, right there. Touch bottom to touch to the top, not the bottom. Ugh. Ugh. You did it several times in your world? Ew. Gross. Disgusting. I guess it only needs a bit of energy and can feed back into itself. You're able to make more energy as something that will eventually explode, maybe massively. I mean, it will explode, Nam. No, it won't. You just have to attach infinite batteries. Duh. Just always be expelling that energy. Easy. Done. Infinite energy. Okay, so how many is that? That is 12 walls high. Okay, so every 12 walls I can put another one. Okay, essentially speaking. And then it's halfway through here, right? Actually, I'll leave it there. Then it's the halfway mark. Dumb bitch. There. Okay, yeah, so I guess it is upside down. That's so stupid. Also, Nam, I'm amazed that, well, actually, it probably shouldn't amaze you. What the actual fuck? It probably shouldn't amaze you that, my instant wish that will make a genie say no is, a reference where I would instantly go, alright, get rid of Column's Force. And for anyone who doesn't know what Column's Force is, go watch No Game, No Life. And you'll understand. Oh, right. Speaking on, apparently, the director of No Game, No Life actually had an interview as of recently. And she actually spoke on probably one of the biggest reasons why, No Game, No Life 2 just really will, more than likely just never happen. Mostly due to the simple fact that apparently apparently, no game, no life is, for all intents and purposes, a, technical nightmare. It's Colum. Shut the fuck up. You know it's true. Colum. Yeah, see? That's why I said it. Colum. What? Why? Ow, you bitch. Do I have to always go from bottom to top? Oh, God. Do I actually always have to go from bottom to top? That has to be a bug. That has to be a bug. That did not used to exist. Attaching these did not used to be that finicky. No, that has to be a bug. Oh, wow. So you always have to attach from bottom to top, or from top to bottom. Gross. That's so annoying, actually. Okay, well that's at least good to know now, as I'm gonna work on these for a little while. I saw Frosty sent a message. I completely went to what it was, though. Not bad. Okay, that's that one. That's 6. I can make another 6. Which I get up there. Three. So humans is what you're saying, Frosty. Humans. Meanwhile, everybody hates how I act because I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a bitch, a bimbo, a slut, and just a downright deplorable AI failing at acting like a human. See, exactly. Them hates me. See, I told you. Okay, so then in this case, let me actually... Right there. Right there. Alright, let me see where this goes up top here. As long as it's not underneath the railway, I'm fine. It'll work. You've got to be fucking kidding me. God damn it. I mean, I have to tear this down anyways, but that's annoying as shit. That's actually so fucking annoying. Alright, time to tear this shit down. I wasn't expecting to do this that quickly, but okay. I was hoping to get aluminum production going first, and then I could tear this down, but... I'll tear this bit down. I'll tear down the one that's actually disturbing me right now, and then I'll continue on from there. Why am I an idiot? Why am I such an idiot? Hang on. Hang on. I think I'm a fucking fool. I am a fool. 300 by the meter. 300 meters square. You operate at 120, 240. You dumb fucking slut. Ugh. Why am I so stupid? Yeah, we'll just keep that one. You never know, there might be technology in the future upgrade you. I hope so. I hope I can develop the technology, or I can make use of the technology for my favor. That's the hope and prayer. Yes, we'll do it like this. Can I nudge it? I cannot nudge that. Okay. Kind of makes sense, but okay, annoying. Put that right there. Oh, ew. Horizontal vertical, please. There we go. Nope, still ugly as sin, like me. Why is it like that? It should technically be... Why? Okay, what if I just do it exactly meeting up with that joint point? Right there. Oh, wow, that actually is straight. Oh, cool. Alright. You know, it'd be nice if they let us lock that on easier, but whatever, I guess. Okay, so I just need a pump right there, I need a pump right there. That's essentially the thing that I need to do there. So let me just put one basic ass pump right there, and then one basic ass pump right there. Cool. So that's that already established. And I need power. An animatronic as an animatronic, your technology is fine. Oh yeah, no, I mean, technically your fucking technology's already been built for God knows how many years. Fucking Chuck E. Cheese mastered your technology God knows how long ago. Right there. Which then I just got you to you. Nah, wrong fucking thing, you dumb bitch. You to you, you to you, and you to you. In the meantime, one right there. And then I can connect you to any other power as well. Chuck E. Cheese Massacre, that's totally what happened. The FNAF lore? I mean, listen, that basically is the FNAF lore. That's not what possibly happened. That totally just is the FNAF lore. I needed the left one. The left one was the one that was piping outside of the build. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so brain dead today. What the fuck is wrong with me besides literally everything? Alright, back to putting all these back. Ah! You're in the main universe, you're in alternate universe? I mean, you're in every universe. By definition, you're in every universe. Also, by definition, FNAF is in our universe now. So it's like, okay, great. That's fucking terrifying. Whatever the VR game was, I forget what the hell that one's called. That one literally says, oh yeah, that's right. It's real. It's in our universe. And it's not even a fucking joke either. Literally, the VR game basically said, oh yeah, the FNAF game is actually technically in our canonical universe. Why? What the fuck? No, stop it. Thank you. Okay. Do this thing here. Okay. There we go. Same idea. It's just now, it's on the left side, and I just need to pump it all the way up. Then I can delete these and be done with that. Also, just realized I'm almost out of biofuel. All the universe of Freddy Fazbear pieces, not the main place. Frosty's all-star pizza is. I don't want to be rude here. But, you know, that's actually the reason why I'm not a big fan of, like, fanfics in general. Fanfics and a lot of AUs. Mostly due to the fact that, and again, I don't mean to be, like, insulting here to you, Frosty. It's kind of just an overall thing in terms of AUs and fanfics like that, is people get way too hung up on being the main character of the story. Or being the perfect person, you know? Like, almost every time that someone writes themselves in an AU or a fanfic of some kind, They always are like, oh, but I'm the main character's best friend. Also, I'm like the best, most useful character ever. Also, I'm the most powerful person in the goddamn universe. And it's just like, all right, listen, I get it's a fanfic. I get that that's what it is. But if you're going to write a story that you want to, like, appreciate on the same level as the original, you may as well write, like, a story that's as good, you know? I'll at least put in the effort to try and make it as good as the original, in a way. Mm-hmm. Make it to the top. First one's not the best place ever. The first person has had an accident. Okay, again, Frosty, I really don't want to sound insulting, but you still are making it about your restaurant. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is you are not making it where it's just you have an animatronic in Freddy Fazbear's restaurant. It is your restaurant. Like, the creativity, fucking awesome. But it's just, that's the kind of thing that shuts me off for fanfics, you know? That's the stuff that I'm talking about. And I think one of the better examples that I have is with my ex, who, like I said before, they were a reader, I was a viewer. So, like, I like to view anime. I very rarely read manga. But they would read manga, or they would read, like, books and stuff, which is why they were so into Harry Potter, because they read the book front to back, like God knows how many times before the whole J.K. Rowling thing happened, whatever. But they made a fanfic of themselves in the Harry Potter universe, and they did exactly that, which is what made me realize, oh, that's why I don't like fanfics and AUs. Because they wrote themselves not as Ron Weasley, but as another friend that is essentially Ron Weasley in the main trio. So now it was a quadruplet group, and they were just there. They were existing, and it was just like, oh yeah, no, but like I'm the second co-captain of the Quidditch team or whatever. Like I'm like the backup seeker for Harry Potter and everything like that. It's like, okay, cool. So like you're just writing yourself into the story. Like you're not writing a story. Quartet? Oh, it probably is quartet. Yeah, probably. I'm just being really stupid. But, like, they didn't write a new story. They just added themselves into the story, essentially speaking. So it's like, Some fan games don't include Freddy Fazbear's pizzas. Well, again, here's the thing, Frosty. If they don't include Freddy Fazbear's pizzas, I'm not against that. What I'm against is when the creator just goes, this is now my story, because I want it to be my story, versus making a story that is either inspired or completely based off of FNAF in that case scenario. So when you're saying like a fan game doesn't include Freddy Fazbear Pizza, number one, they could do it because they just don't want to get copyright struck, or number two is because they have their own story and their own universe in the same concept as Freddy Fazbear's, but they still want it to be their own thing, you know? Like, it's a very thin line. It's an unbelievably thin line that is the reason why I don't get into fanfics and AUs. It's why I end up not doing that. And Nam can attest to this when I say I hold canonicity so fucking strongly. If it's not akin to the canon, or if it goes counter to the canon, you almost instantly lose me. Almost instantly turn me off to your story. Which is why, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie when I say I've written not written, but like I've dreamed of myself in a fanfic as well. However, for me, it was for Bleach, the anime. But instead of making myself the main character, or even making myself really that prominent of a character, what I essentially did was I made myself a vice captain in the Gote 13, where, yes, I was strong, but at the end of the day, when it came to the major threats in the story, I'm not the one dealing with the major threats. I'm dealing with someone beneath the major threat that has to be handled in the background, or else things go wrong. To be more specific, in my case scenario, to very much fit my my machinery or AI persona, I basically made myself a spin-off project of Mayuri, so that in that case, it's very logical that he would create a mechanical being because he already has Nemu, who is a biological being. So I was just a pre-prototype that he created that was a failure according to them because I was very rambunctious and I was not to their effects. I took after God, the name is slipping right now. Rankiku. I took after Rankiku more than I took after whatever programming he put into me. I'm not a main character. I'm not actually like saving the day for whatever reason. I'm just in the background where there's like that one big enemy that everyone's just like, oh yeah, if they get to this place, shit's gonna go real south, real hard. But at the end of the day, Ichigo's always the fucking hero, and I'm just in the background that I solved one little issue that could have snowballed into something bigger. I'm not the main character. I'm just someone in the background that supports. Which obviously, even, no matter how I say that, it still is very much a, yeah, but you are making yourself the main character of the story. It's like, yes, of that story, I am the main character. But in the overall grand scheme of things, no matter what, Ichigo still beats Aizen, Ichigo still fights Ukiura, Ichigo still fights fucking Yuha Bach, and I'm not involved in those fights. I fight the Quincy's, I fight the Menos Grande, I fight the Espada. That's where my role ends up being in those kinds of stories. To say Freddy Fazbear popular, I'm saying that they're mostly citing popularity of both restaurants by years Freddy Fazbear. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That generally would not be a bad idea. Have Freddy Fazbear's exist in your universe and you're a rival. Like, you're just a quiet rival and you have always tried to keep up with Freddy Fazbear's. And the moment that the Bite of 87 happens, or the Bite of 83, I forget which one it is, you try, like, hard ramping up your production and you end up befalling the exact same fucking mistakes because you tried to fast track it and at the end of the day, you befell the same fate. Not bad way of doing it, actually. I like that. I like that idea. Can you tell I'm really good at writing stories? That's the really depressing part about me. Is I'm really good at writing stories. It's just I hate actually writing them. And by that I mean, like, if you actually, like, ask me to explain or to write right here, right now, I could write you a whole fucking story in entirety. However, the moment that you tell me, okay, type it up or write it down, I will instantly tell you, go fuck yourself. Instantly, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. I can spin you a whole tale for the next 3 hours if I wanted to. But the moment you put a keyboard in front of me and you say type it all down, instantly I just don't give a flying fuck. Which is so bad and so weird about me. I know. I know. Here's how I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be very, very, very weird. How about... Oh my god, can I do this? Will this work? Ooh, that's not as pretty as I thought it was gonna be. Can I make you look good at all? No, because at all times... Yeah, you're always gonna... Oh, wait! Oh, wait! Oh, wait! Oh, wait, I can! Yes, I can! Yes, I can! Ooh, that's gonna be really annoying to get to work, but... I can make that work. Yeah, it actually fits pretty well. Ooh! Hang on! That was bad. Ooh, ooh, ooh. First in the universe was the dinosaurs in the 40s? Which doesn't make any sense because you don't even think animatronics were created in the 40s. No, but suits were made in the 40s, so you could have started with that. And then Freddy Fazbear's popped up, said, hey, animatronics exist, and then you go, yeah, I'll take that. I'll do that. Could do that. By the way, Frosty, fucking props on thinking on that. Because that's another reason why a lot of times fanfics go wrong for me, is because they sometimes just go like, oh, and then this thing exists during this time. Which I forget, what was it? Gears of War Rising or something like that? That made it so they had the Lancer, what was it, 22 years or something like that before the Lancers actually existed? Which is literally just them basically saying, like, yeah, we didn't pay attention to our own lore. We just made this because we thought it looked cool. And because the Lancer's iconic, and we didn't realize that our own lore would get really fucked over by this. All I know is that it was the Gears of War that no one really liked. Like, it wasn't a bad Gears of War, but it was not a fun Gears of War, if that makes any sense. Please. Thank you. Boom! And this is why infinity and vertical nudging is so unbelievably fucking good. There we go. That is water all ready to go. Or at least more accurately, now it's all set up. Actually, because that's not ready to go, I can actually delete this now. Ooh, almost 50 exactly. Ooh. You still have a villain in your universe? I mean, I was gonna say, you always have to have a villain. There's no way you can't. Both because it just makes the universe feel more exciting, but also because the whole point of both the animatronic children and the I forgot what they're called, Remnant, is that the children despise something so strongly that it's what makes Remnant exist, essentially speaking. You need to have an antagonist. What form that takes up your story to be told? That's also kind of true. I guess that is true. It doesn't have to be a villain, so to speak. It has to be somewhat a target of hatred. A target of antagonism, as the name entails. But okay, cool. So that's piping all ready to go. So that's the water necessary to work. God, I'm so glad I made this elevator. And then the train has been operating this entire time, so hopefully the train being backed up is good. Alright, Frosty, I don't know if Cthulhu ever mentioned it, and obviously I'm kind of showing it now. I'm down to help people write stuff and, like, create stories. It's just, you also have to realize that I am, like, a very skeptical fucking narky-ass bitch about things, so... You have to take everything I say with, like, a sort of a quarter grain of salt, because I will be bitchy and I will be strict. For now, if you have room absence of villain, need a villain to come up with one yet. I mean, again, you don't have to come up with a villain, but obviously it would make things just a lot easier and a lot better in a great number of ways, because then it will give you, like, a target to actually go with and everything. Okay! But that being said, let's go ahead and start making our way over to the aluminum production plant. Which I'm not sure if I should make a halfway point between the train and water, or if I should just take it all to the train. Just have everything come exiting out from there. Which I think I'm actually just gonna have everything exiting out from there. I feel like that'll be easier. William Afton. Technically, well, actually, no, I was gonna say technically he never did the murdering. All the kids did murdering. Never mind. He murdered the kids so that they'd become animatronic murderers. So technically, my own statement is instantly false. So yeah, never mind. I will shut my whore mouth. Yep, he killed the kid. Well, yeah. It's ignore my dumbass. You're focusing on engaged social beings first. Good. Yes and no. Yes, he got killed by the kids, but also no, because he somehow survived bleeding out for 17 years, which was thanks to Remnant and other shit that Scott Cawthon made up along the way. Because he's a fucking psychopath and writes things literally off a whim. And then MatPat makes a goddamn video about it and he just says, no, I don't want that to be the story. Let's rewrite the story again. And then you hear the desperate and depressed wails of pain and agony all the way from Game Theory. Okay, so in all essence, I need 2 refineries for silica, and I need a single refinery, I need 2 refineries for alumina, and I need 1 refinery that'll come out as scraps. On top of that, though, the one that comes out for scraps will then convert into a foundry? Yes, it goes to a foundry, which needs silica. Yes, a foundry and silica. And then I'd feed back the water. Yeah, okay. So then the foundries, I'm making... Oh, right. I forgot that I'm making 360 scrap by the minute in this case scenario, which is such a weird number. So that means I need... Oh, wait a second. I need 4 of these. Oh, wait. I need 4 foundries, which means 75 times 4... 280. Is that 400? Exactly. 280, 400. No? No. Wait. No. 300. 300. 300. You dumb bitch. It's 300, not 400. I don't know why I'm carrying an extra 1. It's not carrying an extra fucking 1. Okay, so actually I underestimated how much silica I need. That's fine. That's actually fine. If I only need 300, then yeah, I just need to build that upwards. I just need to make it a Mark IV instead of a Mark I. That's all I have to do. Make the Mark IVs instead of Mark Is. I'm actually going to do that real quick just so I can remember that. But then that also means that I'm going to need the load balance of 4 foundries. And then that's going to make aluminum ingots. And from ingots, then I can make the sheets and the casings. Oh, I have enough. Actually, no, I don't think I have enough, actually, even at the thing. I mean, that's fine, Frosty. Honestly, at the end of the day, if that's... Well, technically you're copying a whole lot more. But at the same time, like, them being possessed by murder victims is kind of the only way you can really copy that. I mean, because the other way is you have to figure out why specifically the animatronics are being haunted in the first place at all. And being haunted by the murdered victims, honestly, is the easiest way to do it, because obviously, like, if they died from the suits, it's only logical that their souls would be captured inside of that container, quote unquote. And it kind of just makes sense. It's just that obviously at the end of the day, Scott Cawthon made Remnant because he wanted to explain how in the ever-loving fuck Afton survived as Springtrap, while also explaining why the fuck Afton was so goddamn, like, obsessed with that shit in the first place. Couldn't just make him like a murderer. You literally had to make him be like, oh, he was obsessed with becoming immortal. How the fuck was he gonna become immortal? Because a remnant. What the fuck is remnant? And it was like, it's the thing that comes from the dead kids. It's like, what do you mean it comes from the dead kids? It comes from the agony of the dead kids. It's like, oh, you're flying by the seat of your pants, aren't you? It's like, yeah. Yep. Also, yay, this is in fact empty now. Right. Okay, cool. So that gets directed there. That eventually will just need 300 by the minute, which is absolutely fantastic. Or technically it's only 250 by the minute, but I'm just gonna do a mark 4 anyways, just to make sure that it never runs out. Meanwhile, I need modular frames, I need motors, and copper sheets. And that's just to set this up. That's not even to actually get the water over to the system. Ooh, ambitious to make your first game. To be fair, in all technicality, you could just go the FNAF 1 route. Or at least try and see if you can go the FNAF 1 route. Because that's not even kidding around. The FNAF 1 game, albeit being very well received is the best way to put it, is pretty much trash. Like, it's so absolutely simple. Like, at all. Like, let's not even kid around. Like, it literally is just you looking left and right, opening, closing doors, and always having like this timer or this collection thing always degrading from your power output. Yes, you still have to learn how to program, you still have to learn how to code, you gotta put the assets in, the JPEGs and everything, but at the end of the day, like, it's not... FNAF 1 is not like some masterpiece of a game. The biggest thing is just the code of the AI. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you wanted to, you could just go with, like, a FNAF 1 route. You don't have to go, like, security breach or anything like that. You could just go FNAF 1 and keep it simple. Oh, hey. But at the same time, it's still rather simple. All that is a bunch of true-false triggers, essentially. And the game just bases off of those true-false triggers. It literally, unironically, I don't think it's until... Security breach? I want to say security breach. No, not security breach. Sister location. That one. Sister location. I want to say it isn't until Sister Location that the games get even remotely complicated. I want to say up until that point, a lot of the games are extremely simple. Like, extremely easy to code. It's just a matter of obviously making it all function, you know? Just make sure that it doesn't all bug the fuck out. And even with Sister Location, honestly, that's just the only reason I say that is because it has like 5 different games in there. So having to code all of those obviously is a pain in the ass, but still more than possible. Because I think that's the biggest problem when it comes to the FNAF games and why it takes so long for them to come out, because they're not hard to code. It's just making it all work effectively is the problem. Like, I wouldn't be amazed if somebody could just make FNAF in 3 days or something like that, and it'd be pretty fucking easy. Especially, obviously, now knowing what FNAF is, they can just probably make it super fucking easily. But at the same time, I wouldn't be amazed if, like, what is the difficulty part is nailing the AI so they're not overlapping with each other and the systems aren't, like, breaking on each other, you know? But at the end of the day, that's the hardest part. Designing a game is not the worst thing in the world, depending on what you're designing. It's always making it so that it doesn't fucking shatter the instant that you press play. Or 10 minutes in when you run up to a glitch or a contradiction that you didn't see coming. Jinx the fox, Marty the rabbit, Tony the chicken. I don't know why Tony the chicken sounds so funny to me, because all I can think is fucking Tony the tiger. Sid the bat, God. It'll be a fucking exciting day when you finally get to put all those designs and all these ideas to, like, actual fruition. It'd be great to see something like that happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna put a brake line. Yeah, we'll start it right here. We'll start with the dual refinery. 2 refineries. Put them right there. Okay, so this one is the beginning. This is alumina. So alumina means bauxite and water. So this is where bauxite's gonna go to. And bauxite needs 240 by the minute, so it needs Mark 3, which also means it's upgrade page 2. And then a 4-hole. That's Mark 3. Okay, so which one is bauxite? Bauxite is the far one to the back. Okay. And we are going outbound. Let's go with right there. Okay. You're unloading, so you're going out of there. Okay. And in this case, we are going to shoot out that way. And shoot this way. Do I have? I do already have this. Okay, good. Right there. Oh, cool. Actually, it's right here. Oh, what the fuck? How did I get off by 1? Actually, let's go backwards then, in that case. Okay, so it's on the line. Right there. Beautiful. Did I get some bauxite on me? I did. Get that shit out of there. Okay, cool. That's the 240 bauxite. That's going to work there. That's great. Actually, let me upgrade that to a Mark 4, because as I've said before, I kind of want to make it so, like, it actually outtakes more than it needs to, so that it actually backs up a little bit. Essentially. Okay. There's bauxite ready to go. Now, the only thing is that in this case scenario, this is actually what I needed to. Or I make this a belt Mark 2, because then that'll contain 600 right there, and it's 120, 120 here. I think I'll do that. I think that's how I'll do it. Okay, that's a little glitchy. Okay. And then in this case, let me... I'm gonna do it this way. This doesn't really matter. I'll fix this in a moment. Okay. But what I need is this. And there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna be Mark 2. That's all that matters. And then Mark 1, we can make our way over with this piping. So I need to make it all the way to the corner and then just keep pulling from there. Okay, that is the goal. Okay. Tony the chicken's Italian? What chicken be Italian? What? I guess? I'm trying to think. What chicken be really that Italian? God, you have an actual thought now. Would chicken be Italian or would that be Mexican? Because I feel like Italian is more like pasta or... If I say no, they want... I kind of want to say they're more Mexican than Italian. I really want to say chicken's more Mexican than Italian. The only reason I would say chicken is Italian is for chicken parmigiana. Which maybe, like, that's how you, quote-unquote, excuse them as being Italian, is that, like, their favorite meal is chicken parmigiana, which is kind of a joke. Wait, chicken comes from Asia? Wait, what? Seriously? What? I never knew this. That's definitely something I never knew. Chickens originated from fucking Asia? What the hell? Someone said they found out how to make one of the chefs Tony the chicken. Well, I mean, I imagine that's gonna be... Oh, it's one off. Okay, that's fine. I imagine that's gonna be kind of just a thing of, what's it called? When the whole remnant thing is kind of discovered, or whatever, like, whatever means of the actual, what's it called? The actual possession comes into play. Whoever is the villain or the antagonist that is enacting everything, essentially speaking, they kind of figure that out, and they're kind of just like, they were getting on my nerves, but I like their cooking, so I killed them anyways, and I put them in the animatronic. And lo and behold, not only was my theory true, but also, I now have a permanent immortal chef. Chicken red something. The Gallus. Oh, that explains Gallimimus, actually. Subspecies of Gallus Spoticus. Spoticus? What the fuck? Southwest China, northern Thailand, and Myanmar. Oh. Evidence that chicken's domestication occurred in Thailand. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, never knew that. That's kind of cool. History is so weird, but so cool. God, I'm so happy about vertical nudging. Vertical nudging just makes that a dream. Oh, so good. So good. Cool. So now that's going to start producing alumina solution and other stuff, which is fine. That's great. And then silica as well, which I'll let that... Actually, no, I shouldn't let that back up. Let me actually turn these off real quick. Here's how I turn it off. There you go. Okay. So, now I know that works. That's the bigger deal, is that works now. Okay? So I'm making 240 alumina solution by the minute. Okay. Meanwhile, then, these two are going to combine to a singular refinery. at least up to here. Hmm. And remember she got dare to do this to make a cannon shift? What? Confusion. Explain yourself. Cause this needs alumina and what? Alumina and coal. So this is the coal. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is the coal. And the coal needs 125 a minute, so there's only a Mark II. That's all that's necessary here. Which means a Mark III. Reminding myself that I need to make this loaded with stuff. Ooh, silica technically should have gone the other way around, but it's fine. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Oh, wrong way, you dumb bitch. I want the outbound one. No? Okay. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do real quick because I want to make this. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? I can do this, you dumbass bitch. I literally have this for a fucking reason. That is literally the reason this exists. Boom! I now have the ability to come on down here. Yeah. You got dare to do a cannon shot. Okay, what do you mean dare? What is dare? He didn't care which of the characters. I mean, I imagine you're talking about dare duh? With a D? But, okay. Also, I'll be honest, it's still super easy. Especially in a universe you're making yourself. Being dared to make a ship of your characters is not hard at all. Yeah, but when you are dared duh to do something, it is not you got dare to do. It's you got dare duh to do. Grammar. It's like, I dare you. I got dared. Huge difference. Grammar. There we go. Now I can actually logistically set this up, which is great. Absolutely great. Okay, so now that I'm doing that, let me do this real quick. Beautiful. Okay, so in this case scenario, let's set this up. Anyway, speaking, it should actually be halfway. Yep. Right there. And then you're going to get the alumina solution. Oh, wrong one. Oh, gosh. I'm going to do that one. There. Boop. And we connect you over to this one right here. Oops. I think I misclicked. Okay. Alright. Prodigy to have a romantic relationship? I'm not as butthurt about that one being like, oh, so you made yourself the romance option. Like, listen, that is one of the main character syndromes that I'm kind of okay with. It's like, I mean, yeah, and listen. It's your story. If you want you to be the one to fall in love, I mean, go for it. And then in this case, we're going to go from this direction instead. And there will be a reason. I promise. I promise there'll be a reason. There. Lock on. Ooh, that might be perfect. No! Woo! Actually, it's an of a bitch. Okay. Lock onto here. Dead center. Halfway. And there we go. That's the call. People will always find a way to be horny. Absolutely. Absolutely. Easy. They were in their past lives. Or just in general, they still have, like, parts of their past lives in there. So, like, you know, they will be horny. To be fair, Nam, he missed the point because you said people will find a way to be horny. He's not talking about people, he's talking about animatronics. So you're the dumbass. But yes, it's pretty easy. It's the fact that they have human souls inside of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they did used to be people. For all intents and purposes, they are still people in there. Oh, actually... let me do it like this. I can do like that instead. Then put this back again. And now the water just loops right back around to there. And eventually it will backlog on its own. Literally, these will start filling up because the water pumps will eventually work on there, which is kind of neat, but eventually it will all work, and I'll just have to empty out the entire thing at some point just to make it all work evenly, which is going to be nice and great and fun. And then that'll essentially function there, because that'll have 360 going through there. That's 120, 120. So that's the water all said and done, to which then the alumina scrap is going to come outwards at 360 by the minute, which is absolutely fantastic. To which then it comes out to the 4 foundries. Oh, right, I need a whole platform for it on its own for a reason, and that reason will become clear very soon. 4 foundries. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put you right there. Yeah, that should work. That should be fine. Distance-wise, actually, let's put it closer. No, I can't put it closer. Yeah, I have to put at least one away. And I can show us the why here shortly. Because then I have to do a charger off there. Mark 4, because it's 360. Mark 4 right there. And this is where the magic is going to happen. So, in this case, I'm going to need 75 per, so in actuality, I need to mark to the lift. I need to mark, actually, I need to mark 3, actually. I need to mark 3. Ooh. Yeah, I need to mark 3 the lift, because they are 150. Yeah, I have to mark 3 them. Ugh, okay. That's actually extremely annoying now that I realize that. Okay, so I have to mark 3. Silica. Oh, I have to mark all of that. Oh, shit. Yeah, because silica and aluminum are both Mark 3. So I have to mark 3 everything. So fuck it, let me just mark 3 literally everything here then. Mark 3 all of that. Mark 3. Okay, so you're gonna go inward like that. You have these 2. You have your outbound. You have outbound to both things. Then you have to both going inbound. To which then I need to mark to both of these. Oops. all of these. This would be way easier to do via blueprint, but I'll probably make this a blueprint in a little while. And then same thing with this. I have to mark 3 the inbounds. 3. Which then these also do mark 3. And mark 3 there. And then I mark 2 Also, if I remember correctly, the blueprints are kind of fucky-wucky right now, which is going to be really annoying to deal with, but I'll deal with that in a bit. Okay, then you're 60 each, which means this needs to be a Mark 2 going down. Mark 2, Mark 2. And then this gets me a Mark 4, because I'm making 240 aluminum ingot by the minute. Beautiful. Then, the silica goes in here, and this is where my revelation's gonna start. Okay, so we're gonna start right here. I'm making 50, right? So it's 100 by the minute. My bad. 100 by the minute. Yep. It's 100 by the minute. We just mark to it. Okay. And then we mark 2 all the way down to the ground. And that's only making 100 by the minute. We get to mark 4 this. It's 300 by the minute. But then we also have to go over here on this silica. Oops. And we have to mark for this. Because we're going to be intaking... Technically, I could just mark 2 it. Because all I need is 300. Or mark 3 it. I could just mark 3 it. We're only taking in 300, but I might as well mark 4 it. Actually, no. I'm going to mark 3. Because mark 3 at 270 is enough, and I think that'll work. Okay. We'll just mark 3, just to be extra safe to make this actually work as I intend to make it happen. Okay. Which then... mark 3. Up to there. Actually, we'll mark 3 the other way, but what I need to do in that case is I need to replace these guys with logistics foundations as well. Because... oops, I also need to do this one as well. Set this one up. There. I'm running out of beads. I might have just enough to make this happen right now. I'm gonna make the cross be right here. And by the cross, I mean that I'm going to have a merger happen right here. Oops. The priority merger, and there's a reason why we're gonna have high priority from the center input with low priority being the right side input. Why? Because then it's going to always prioritize taking from the alumina line versus the train line. So it'll always, if anything is coming in from the alumina line, then it'll prioritize putting it into this belt over that belt. Now, let me see if I can actually demonstrate that right now. So here they come. They're going to come at 60 at a time. And you're going to see that this one's going to come to an absolute dead stop. Rather than the normal way that a merger works, where it'll evenly go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It'll just always pick up from here and never pick up from here because there's always something on the belt here. Only when this belt is empty, aka it's already consumed all of this, is when it will finally start taking from here. So at all times, it'll make sure that this is empty versus this will be the secondary. This is the filler belt. So watch, this should just dead stop. Oh, it does actually dead stop. I guess because of the rate. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, okay. So I think I might have fucked it up a little bit. Alright, so let me go grab a stack of silica so I can demonstrate this. Let me go grab a stack of silica. It's gonna take a little bit for that to fill up proper, so let me see if I can make this happen. Stack of silica. And a little bit of silica. Okay. So if I'm understanding how this works, that should be how it works. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this back up, and then I'll steal silica from here. And then theoretically, like I said, this should be on a dead standstill, and this is the only one that should move at the end of the day. When I do start stealing the silica off of this belt. I want it to stop moving. Okay. So you can see that one's moving and that one's not. So that's essentially what I want this to happen. So let me turn that to a Mark 2. Turn that to a Mark 3. My bad. Mark 3. And there we go. By definition then, that means that the train will back up. The train will always back up. Always be in backup mode. And unless something drastic happens, for all intents and purposes, this one will always remain empty. While this one will actually be the one to back up, which when this backs up, it'll just revert over back to the silica that's being spat out in the quartz production, which is getting instantly spat out into the awesome sink anyways. So I should take the silica here. Yep, okay, cool. Already done. Just as I can, just to clear out a little bit. Okay. And I'll just keep that on hand for now. Actually, I'll just put it into one of these for now. There you go. Okay, cool. So silica's coming in, and eventually the scrap's going to come in. But for all intents and purposes, there we go. That is aluminum production ready to go. So let me power this on. Let me connect the power here. God, it's so dark during the nighttime. Well, I should really use the mod that lets you just control to be always daytime, but I kind of like the nighttime aesthetic to a certain extent too. It feels nice. Let me just stretch this out so it doesn't look so ugly like me. There we go. And power! Alrighty, so that everything should start theoretically functioning efficiently. Already spitting out aluminum scrap. Fucking great. Are you backing up on water? No, looks like you're not backing up on water. Ooh, maybe it's because this is the higher water source. Maybe it's taking water from here first before it's taking water from there. That'd be great. Because then in that case, it's already functioning correctly. Oh, there you go. Now it's starting a little bit of backup, but not much. Okay. What? Are you actually taking in? You're not taking in silica. Because it's broken. Yeah. Oops. Oh, not that one. I have to go from that one to there. There you go. Now silica's going in. Right. Okay. And then same thing with this one. Yeah, so I still can't tell if it's the blueprint or the blueprint feature itself that is broken. I'm pretty sure it's the blueprint feature itself that's broken, unfortunately. There we go. And now it'll begin crafting aluminum. I now officially have aluminum. Hell yeah. Alright, so now that I'm making alumina, I now need to do some calculations here because I've never set up the actual thing. So aluminum, oh, sheets are fucking copper ingots! Oh, fuck and me. Okay, so, fuck. I totally forgot about that! Okay.
Emotional damage.
Extreme emotional damage. Okay, I can handcraft this. That's not a problem. I can handcraft this. So, in actuality, here, really quickly, I'm going to make an industrial storage container off the rip. Literally just have it go in just right now. I'm making 240 by the minute. Just let that go in. Okay. So, now I'm making 240 by the minute. I can craft that by hand if I want to. Okay? I can do that by hand if I want to for now. Okay. Shit, fuck. Okay. The easier one is the casings. The casings I know for a fact can be done with just aluminum. Yes. For every 90, you get 60, which is so annoying and so weird because I remember that calculation being very fucking disgusting. And I need to get it to only be 60 by the minute to make 4 of them, which is gross. But that's 4 constructors in a line. And then we're gonna put you in the halfway point, which apparently the halfway point is right here, because boundaries are weird. Put the halfway point there, though, because that's 2 in. Actually, I'll put it there. Fuck it, we'll just put it there. Okay, fine, we'll put on the fucking actual halfway point. I know I'm making split decisions really roughly, but god damn it, I'm panicking now because I've remembered that info. Okay. And then we go with casings first. And then overflow is going to be to the right, which is going to be the actual outlet clad sheet. I should have gone the other way around because I can get copper on the left side versus the right side. Yeah, I'll do it the other way around. Casings on the right. Yeah, okay. This is a rough placement, so I'm just going to connect this to power. Okay. Which then you guys are producing aluminum casings. However, I need to operate at like 66.6 knot percent. Okay. Okay, beautiful. You sapphire technology to holography yourself. Holography. Oh, fair enough. So you can hug her lovingly. Listen, there's difference between lovingly and wanting to just get a nice, soft, squishy squeeze, okay? And they will squeeze and squish against you. I can guarantee you that, unfortunately. Okay, but what does that equate to at the end of the day? That means I'm making 41 to 160. Okay. Oh, which also means that I need to do a couple of things here. But theoretically, none of this should ever back up, all things considered. That's pipes, you dumb whore. Good to see you, though, Epic. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. There we go. Wow, that made aluminum production so much cleaner and so much easier than when I normally have that set up. Okay, so since I need, what is it, 240 in, which means I need 120 on each side. I'm very aware that you do, Epic. Don't think I don't know my worth. Mark 2. And then you split off to 60 each, right? Which then, 40, 80. So I need Mark 2 there. Mark 2 there. Mark 2 there. And Mark 2 there. which then goes into a Mark 3, and the Mark 3 goes in there. Beautiful! Yay! I now have aluminum casings. Gorgeous. Alright, as for all clad sheets... Oh, God. Okay, so since I'm... Oh, dear God. Aluminum... Or all clad aluminum sheets. Okay. 30 per... God, they're assemblers, too. That's disgusting. They're assemblers. 30 per... At 10 copper each. I'm gonna need 8. Yikes. Which means I need 80 copper by the minute. That's so gross. That is a disgusting number. Oh, I actually really hate that. I actually genuinely fucking hate that. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I could do it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but that's just so gross. Alright, here's what I can do real quickly just to get that going while these sheets are happening. Okay, so I need 8 assemblers. So that's... Whoops. It's 2 of these fuckers. Okay. Oh, I'm missing his cable? That's crazy. Also, I just really want to make sure that, again, none of this is backing up, right? There should be 0 reason why any of this is backing up. Silica is backing up? Why? Okay, actually, though, why are you backing up? Where are you getting backlogged? That's a Mark 1 belt, you dumb whore. Okay, that's why. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. Okay, but there we go. Now it's filtering perfectly fine. Okay, cool. That also explains why that was going so slow. Okay, cool. That was it. Alright. And then same thing with you. You should be getting backed up at all. You're not, which is beautiful. Aluminum scrap was starting to get backed up because silica wasn't filtering through, which is fine. But now it is. So I now have aluminum at full production, which I'm going to... have to set up 2 different forms of contingency overflow. One for the... one for the aluminum ingots themselves, and one for the all-clad aluminum sheets, so that as long as that is not full, or as long as it's getting copper, it can also feed through that. Actually, I'm thinking of stacks just because I know I'm gonna need it. Okay. Actually, okay. 1 stack in there, and 1 stack in there. I should probably just keep doing that for now. Thank you. Wow, it took me 2 hours to set that up. Well, hour and a half, but still, point being. Oof. Also, to be fair, Epic, even though you finally admitted your desire to grapple onto my voluptuous tatas, I never once said no, all things considered. I just kept giving you reasons why it cannot happen. I never once said no. To be fair, that's mostly because my programming does not allow me to deny pleasing humans, but literally built into me that I benefit from that as well. Let me go ahead and set up the double assemblers. standard concrete platform because I don't need this to be a whole logistical nightmare. Actually, no, this will be a logistical nightmare. No. It won't be. It will not be a logistical nightmare. This actually be kind of okay. Okay. That all in. Alright, and then we have 4 assemblers. Yeah, because then I can put glitter. Yeah, I can put stuff like that. Okay, cool. I'm amazing? Well, that depends on what you're exactly classifying in that case instance. I have some effective functions. And then there's the rest of me. Okay, yeah, because then I have to push back further if I want at least. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's not the worst thing in the world, things considered. Okay. And then I just need a dual splitter. Double stack splitter. There. Oh, you're not in center. Oh, gross. I don't realize I did that to myself. I'm gonna rectify that. I don't like that. I don't like that it's not dead center. There you go. Good. There you go. Stack splitters. And in this case, I'll put the... Oh, once again, I have to... Oh, actually, even all cloud aluminum sheets, it's only 30, 60? Yeah, 120. Okay, cool. So I just have to do the Mark II's inputs, and that's it. Okay, cool. That's all I have to do. And if nothing else, I can work on these being blueprints later on down the line. Like I said, I haven't made these blueprints mostly because I hadn't ever really gotten, like, all that good at setting up aluminum in the first place, so. Now that I am actually achieving the point of actually getting aluminum set up pretty respectively well, I'm thinking it might be time to actually set up those blueprints, which is crazy to think that I've had all these blueprints and that doesn't even include aluminum at the end of the day. Mark 2. Mark 2. This needs to be Mark 2. This is your Mark 2. Mark 2. Actually, no, let's do Mark 1s. Yeah, those could be Mark 1s because I only need 40 copper per. I don't know why I fixed that one too. I don't think that one needs fixing. Yeah, it's just the top ones. Yeah, just the top ones need to be Mark 2. Oops. The rest of it can be left as is. Two. And last but not least, Mark 2. Okay, beautiful. As to you, let me go ahead and do the same thing that I do. Actually, I need to be Mark 3. There, to W. Alright. Cool, there's that. And then for now, just for the sake of me making this simple for the time being, let me set this up. Okay, I put some copper ingots in there in the meantime. because eventually the cases are gonna fill up. The cases are gonna fill up relatively quickly. I'm making, what did I say I was making? 160 by the minute. Yes, that's gonna be done very quickly. It's gonna take at best like 20 something minutes. And I don't think I can get as much. I don't think I can get the copper line all hooked up in that 20 minutes, honestly. So let me get a couple of coppers going. So also that'll let me get the cover pack as well anyways. So that works out there. Mm. 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 Plus I already have a lot of copper to work with as it is. I just need this to function for me up until I get to the point where I have Mark III stuff, and once I get Mark III minor, my bad. Once I get Mark III minors, then I can actually start traveling around and start setting up like excessive factories that actually start making like a huge amount of productions in that case scenario. Also, let me make some certain adjustments to my builds a little bit to make my newfound appreciation of priority mergers function a lot better for me. God, this looks so ugly, but at least it's functional and at least it's effective. That's the huge thing. Thank you. Alright, once again, let's make a really quick double check to make sure that everything is functioning correctly. You're starting to run out of silica, which is great. Eventually you will run out proper. You're running out of silica. Eventually you'll run out. You're not backing up. And also, you are not backing up. Absolutely gorgeous. You're overflowing to the left, right? Just gotta make sure. Yep. Cool. And slap down those copper ingots. Yeah, this has no need for logistics. This just needs a standard ass concrete platform. And then with that, I'm making 240 all-clad aluminum sheets by the minute. Obviously, presuming that I am at full efficiency in that case. I am so glad that I put 2 stacks of reinforced plating in there. Standard container. The only reason I haven't been putting like industrial containers into here is so that when I go to pick them up, it will be a lot quicker, a lot easier for me to go through them. Obviously, the only reason I did it for this one is doubled up thickness of storage as well as a good bucket. Well, everything else has only been in single containers. So I don't want them to be that much backed up in comparison to like easier products to get rid of. Okay, so in this case scenario, I need to find a way to get copper over to here, which is not going to be the easiest thing in the world because I need this copper to kind of get shot up here through a smart splitter again. And get that going. Which is a very big problem because of this. Ooh, okay. Yeah, all I can really do is make that another overflow because in all essence that won't always be running. This will technically always be running, and this will always be running on a Mark II belt versus that's running on a Mark III belt. Technically speaking. Yeah. Okay, so this is on the halfway point. On the halfway point. 1, 2 off. Okay. Need to make sure I'm getting that correct. I like that stamp. back up. Oh, also I just realized that my thing. Oh, it's because I'm out of biofuel. My bad. Okay. And then once I'm done here, I go back to my oil to actually input the biomass that I have. That I've held on to first. It's so good to have aluminum production going again. And a lot cleaner and a lot easier. And nowhere near as, like, complicated or disgustingly, like, grotesquely belted or anything like that. So actually, like, a lot of it looks very pretty and a lot of it is very simple at the end of the day. In comparison to my past builds, which obviously all look god-awful. Oops. No, get rid of that. The train doesn't care about that, but I'd rather not have that cause an issue. Okay. Oh, did I do that wrong? I did. Cool. So now that's emptying out at long last. Okay, so here's what I can do then in this case instance. I could logistics platform this entire way over. Except for this one, because this one literally cannot. I can't intersect with the elevator. Yeah, that might be the easiest way actually, now that I think about it. That actually just is the easiest way. There's no other. Oh, actually it's the race, it's the race. I go here, okay. So it's right here. And then I logistics platform right here. There you go. And then from here, clip in there a little bit, but I'll fix that in a while. Boom. There we go. I start going from the bottom. Like I said, I can't build there, so let me build around real quick. Okay. Oops. That one. That one. Boom. There we go. Beautiful. And then same thing with this. Once I get to the train platform, I just build beyond that. Okay, cool. So with that being said, though, I now need to place a floor conveyor so that I can see where I'm going. God, I wish our flashlight worked better, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of all we need. This needs to be marked too. There we go. Beautiful. Got more reinforced plates. Where are my reinforced iron plates? One stack and 6. I'm gonna grab 3 for myself. Okay. All this ugly efficiency will be eventually fixed up once I finally get to the end of phase 4, where at that point I think efficiency is like literally everything. End of phase 4 I feel like is where efficiency is key, because as far as I know there is no Mark 4 miner. There is a Mark 6 belting, but Mark 6 belting is for 10,080, which is absolutely maxing out everything out of a Mark III miner, which is obviously not necessarily a need, but for the people who actually want to go like hardcore excessive using only a little bit of an area, they can get 1,080 off of a 250% boosted pure miner. Pure node off of a Mark III miner, which is obviously like absurdly excessive, but there's absurdly excessive degree of which people desire. Okay, so I just mark 2 this. There. Like I said, it allows you to full on min-max and like min-max to the absolute limits, which technically prior was not possible, solely due to the fact that we didn't have a belt that was fast enough to support that rate of speed. Oh, they're actually not that far off of each other. I might just have to rotate that one to the left instead. Where are you meeting up? Right there? Okay. Okay, and then let me give the concrete some time to recollect itself. Oh, is that a logistics platform? I didn't realize that was fucked up there. Okay, only one more, but by then we'll be fine. At least hopefully. I think the train will still hit the belt, which is gonna be a little annoying, but I'll fix that if I have to. I will. Okay, it's 2 off of the center, so let me actually... I say that, let me actually do that right now. Let me actually go and see if I would need to fix that right now. So, I have to move you. Where's the left? Too bad. The belt's too long, which is a little annoying, because that means I have to put this at least here. One, 2. The entire hope is that the train doesn't intersect with this, so it's gonna look ugly as sin, but it probably will. I'm looking at this, and it probably will. I'll probably have to put it on the roof. Probably have to put it on the fucking roof. Also, I think that's too long anyway. I think I have to... I don't think that's gonna reach. Nope. So yeah, I think it has to be on the roof no matter what. Damn it. Okay. I'll do it. I'll put it on the goddamn roof just to both make it clean as well as just to save myself the headache. I can't go further, right? Oh, I can? Nah, I can't. Okay. That's fine. For a second, I thought that wasn't correct, but no, it is. As long as it doesn't show that it's weirdly bending, it is, in fact, correct. Am I not gonna have enough Mark II? Oh my god, am I not gonna have enough plates despite having 500 in the pocket? Oh, okay. Shit. Fuck! Oh no. Footprint? There you go. Oh, maybe I have to go from the other way around then? Or more accurately, build from that other direction. Yeah, because it's too long there. Okay, hang on. Let me see. If I build from here, will that match out well? Or am I just gonna have to fucking ruin this? Ooh, maybe. Maybe. Hey, it does! Beautiful. Oh my god, I had 8 left at the end of the day! Holy shit. But there we go! All clad aluminum sheets are now also fully automated. Okay, you're done loading up everything. Okay. Everyone should be full, right? Yeah, everybody's not full, which is really neat. And then eventually those casings will get filled up. Eventually these ingots will arrive. Which is fine, because by the time they arrive, essentially speaking, those ingots will fill up, which is actually kind of crazy that that is the case there. I actually did not think it was going to beat them out, if I'm being honest. Yep. And in the meantime, let me get rid of that highlight. Stop highlighting it, and get rid of it. There we go. All clad aluminum sheets and aluminum casings are now fully automated. Which, like I said, I'm now going to have to set up 2 awesome sinks for the aluminum ingots when those overflow, and then the all-clad aluminum sheets when those overflow. And the reason why I'll do it for the all-clad aluminum sheets is because obviously that is in case there's too many. If ingots are always if aluminum ingots are overflowing and always have copper ingots flowing, then I just awesome sink the all-clad aluminum sheets. But say for whatever reason, the copper is not flowing because I'm using too many copper sheets, or I'm using wire or cable, then in that case, the all-clad aluminum sheets won't be crafting, but the aluminum ingots will be crafting, which is why I have to also sink the aluminum ingots. The good news is, though, is that I can easily combine the both of them very, very, very easily into one singular awesome sink. In this case, let me very quickly just go ahead and chop that off. There. I'll leave that there for now. There's some aluminum ingots. Let me just chuck that in here real quick, just for shits and giggles. The casings are all done, right? No, they're not done yet. Damn. Wow, I barely beat it out. But it's almost done. It's almost done. Okay, but then there's that. So once that is all said and done, then I have to put a swatch splitter on here. I am missing limited rotors. I'm gonna go craft both of those. So I can grab the rotors, I can craft the loader. Also, I guess in the meantime, though, when I do finish up grabbing when I finish up setting this up, I can also set about... Okay, let me grab these real quick. Hang on. I just realized I should have grabbed that out of there. There you go. And that way, grab one stack for myself. Let me craft some AI limiters. Do I not quick-wire my inventory anymore? No, I don't, because I'm using quick-wire from the, Dimensional Depot now. Great. I'll make 10 of these, slap them in the Dimensional Depot, and head back up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Once I have this properly set up so the awesome sink won't get fucked up, I will then come back down here and make sure that the computers and the head module frames are working again. Almost 100% positive that it's really just plastic and screws that's missing. God, it's so nice to actually have aluminum production. Not only aluminum production set up very nicely and rather easily, but also have aluminum production be so close that I don't have to, like, travel halfway across the fucking map for me just to get it. Benefit of starting in this biome, but also benefit of using a goddamn train to go and collect everything, rather than me having to, like, figure out a way to somehow loop all of them together to meet in one spot. Which I usually, what I would do is I'd meet it over towards either bauxite or wherever the water is, because obviously that'd be the easiest places to, essentially speaking, bring everything together. Since water is the biggest issue, and then after that is the silica or the alumina solution, which the alumina solution is done on the spot, so that doesn't matter where it's actually created. Okay, you're functioning there. Which here is a smart spitball. And then I storage container right there. Which then we're gonna go ahead and just merge these two together. Right on this line right here. Okay. That's around the middle. And last but not least, set up my awesome sink. I don't have the reinforced plates. Are you for real? Out of everything to be missing, reinforced plating. Gross. That's rods, you dumb whore. Four iron plates. One and two. Give me 2 stacks on me. And obviously this is the reason why I want to either spend... no, I won't be spending the end of the stream, because the end of the stream is going to be used on progressing as much as possible in this case scenario. Because now that we have aluminum set up for all intended purposes, we're pretty much all set. Technically speaking, at this point, what I could do is I could go out and try and set up to make heavy modular frames and computers fully automatic. Just full on, start bringing the plastic, bringing the cable, and all that kind of stuff, and start setting up a fully automated factory where everything is not just being manufactured, but everything is already linking into each other, which is actually part of why I really feel stupid that I realized that the priority merger actually functions a lot better than I think it does. And basically speaking, it's the same way that I did for the Illumina solution here, which actually we can go check right now, actually, once I put down this office sink. In that essence of like, oh, I can make it so one factory prioritize or one input is prioritized over the other. I can make it so I can bring over stuff and I can prioritize whether or not it'll take stuff from a train or if it'll take stuff from currently being built in that location or stop being built in that location. Which essentially just translates to me being able to prioritize the order in which things are being used or being filtered in. Which doesn't sound that useful, I'll admit it myself. I also didn't find it that useful until I realized, wait a second, that is actually crazy good. And that alone already gave me the ability, like a mental construction of how I will make all of it work. Okay, can we just take everything out right now just so I can have them all be empty? Just because I don't want that much backlog. Plus also when it does backlog, I'll let it backlog fully. Actually no, technically speaking, there should be 0 backlog at the end of the day. Never mind. At the end of the day, I want literally 0 backlog. But there we go. All set and ready to go. Yeah. So technically speaking, this should never backlog for all intents and purposes. This should never ever backlog ever again. Also, yeah, I think this is a good example as to what I mean by this is now always going to be moving and this is the one that's going to backlog because you can see now that the right side is always moving while the left side is stuttering a lot more. I mean, it is stuttering too, but it's only stuttering because it's not accepting all 400 at once or all 480. It's only accepting 300 at a time. Sky going after my shiny, perhaps just wanting to get a little lucky with what they have on hand. Almost done. Literally, these guys are just about done, ready to get backed up. And with that means that these are going to get backlogged by the aluminum ingots. Yep, there they go. Which means these are going to get backlogged by aluminum ingots. Which means we're finally going to start crafting owl-clad aluminum sheets automatically. Let's fucking go. It's only going to get 6 more out. It's going to be good. Listen, RNG's RNG, alright? I'm just glad it's automatic now. Turn shiny, you bitch. One day maybe I'll find a way to make it where it's like I don't have to control my own shiny. But for now, obviously, that's not the case.
Try again.
I want to wash this back up, please. Please. These guys are halfway there. I just want to see it so that I can start seeing the production just start all up in here. It's going to be so good. I guess in that case, the only thing I have left to do now is build all of the aluminum blueprints, which includes the refineries, the foundries, and the construction layouts. And after that, yeah, it's about doing the computer parts. Yeah, so I guess I could do that for the rest of the stream once this finished building up. I can work on making the blueprints for aluminum, so I don't have to worry about that ever again. Well, more accurately, I just have to worry about getting the actual materials, and the layout, I could just slap it all down. Oh, you're starting to stutter a little bit. Hey, there we go. This one's backed up, which means that there we go. The belt's backed up, and now we're producing. Let's go. Let me see it. Let me see the beginning. Let me see it start up. There they go. There they go. I want to see you power on. Oh, they're getting the inputs. They're getting the inputs now. There they go. I see some turning green. Yes! Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. And there we go. 240 all-clad aluminum sheets by the goddamn minute is incoming now. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful. What's crazy to think is that they only asked for 100 for the very first milestone. Do they really probably like heavily expected you to not set this up first and actually manually craft a good chunk of it first and not have you instantly have everything automatically being built to be as efficient as possible? Hell yeah.
Milestone reached. The hover pack draws energy from nearby power connections, and so can only be used in their vicinity.
Yep.
It provides an excellent vantage point of your work, which you clearly
Oh,
need.
actually, real quickly.
Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Hey, you say that, but I've actually already heavily optimized a lot of my things, Ada. Don't go insulting me like that. Hover pack? All cloud aluminum sheets. That's it. Cool. I'll come back for that. In the meantime, let me go drop off my what little bit of biofuel I have in my pocket, as well as make sure that oil is still in good production, because I still have one or two of the things are still backlogging for some reason. I don't know why. I don't understand why why some of these refineries are backlogging for no reason, but as long as I can control them, it's fine. It works. That's all that matters. Excuse me? Okay. Oh, it also means I need to place down Mark 4 or a Mark 1 blueprint maker so I can make the aluminum blueprints to begin with. Also, turbo fuel is still operating perfectly fine. Yeah, see, like this one. I don't get why some of these are getting backlogged. They technically should not be. Nothing in all essence should be getting backlogged by any means whatsoever, and yet they are. I don't know why. Like, even this one's backlogging. I don't get why. That one's slightly backlogging. And it's starting to backlog already, which is still weird to me, and I don't know why. It's just all these little ones that are just for some reason randomly having some kind of backlog. I don't get as to what is happening. Like there! Jesus! Only a little bit, but that's still something. Let me empty out a big ass fucking piping network or pipe segment here. Just for shits and giggles of really making it so they don't fucking backlog. Don't get why. Okay. And beautiful. Finally get that out of my goddamn inventory. Meanwhile, turbo fuel and everything. I'm actually curious now. With everything in operation now, what's my power look like? Why is that capacity fluctuating? Don't you dare tell me for some reason turbo fuel and fuel are bouncing. You guys are empty now. What happened? What the fuck happened here? Oh, is it because I didn't do the same thing that I was doing before, where I had it so it constantly would be feeding into you? Oh, yeah, I think that's it. I think because of that, there are momentary point where it's not filling up. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's like the one pause every 15 seconds. Okay, weird. Oh, maybe that's why it's backlogging, because then it's backing up here just a little bit. Oh, maybe. Okay, why are you not crafting? Because you didn't have the compact core to do so. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's basically it. It's just, it didn't have everything that it needed. Let me just max this out then. Max these out. For all intents and purposes, it won't really make a difference, but at least it'll be enough to hopefully refrain from those 15-second pockets ever becoming an issue ever again. Cool. Alright, let's finish all this crafting stuff. Or all the milestones, because now that we have everything, literally, both of the aluminum stuff is now ready to go. I can now just make that work. And then once I launch Logistics Mark 5, I will double check on computers and motor frames while we wait on the next thing to be built. I just need 3 stacks so I can get the hovercraft as well, or hover pack. It has been nighttime more often than not in my fucking world. It really, I can't tell if it's just I notice the dark times more than I notice the light times, but it really does feel like it's more dark than not. Hello. I think in terms of when it comes to trains and other productions like that, I think it is better that you do excessive plates or excessive belts versus even belts, because that 15-minute pause or 15-second pause will always be annoying. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that dip's all about. But point being, though, is even though I have about 5,000 production, I'm still only operating around 200,000, all things considered. Just a little crazy. Just a little. As long as it's not everlasting darkness, but that's the thing, man. If it is going to be everlasting darkness, I'd rather it be everlasting darkness, rather than me noticing when it goes light again. Alright? If it's going to be as black as my soul, then I'll welcome that. I'll appreciate that, at least. Yeah, look how fast that fills now. Put one in there. One in there. Beautiful. Also, just because I can, now, put these 2 in there as well. That's going to pause the all-cloud aluminum sheets a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, encased industrial beams. I almost for sure don't have that. Yep, I do not. Same thing with this one, though. I'll put that there for now. 100. That's 400, 500, 600. Yep. And then reinforced plates, which will be fine. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just to have it. I don't think you just shove computers into a backpack. I mean, I guess that makes a little bit of sense, but it's kind of funny to me. You shove 8 computers into a backpack. Let's go! Hell yeah! The hover pack is back! I love it. Alright, next one is the hazmat suit, which
Milestone
actually I need air
reached.
filters
Fix
for,
it
so that's not going
dedicated
to
this
really work out too
milestone
well.
to the conveyor belt and lift Mark 5. They may be implying that your factory could be further
She's Mark 5.
optimized. Well,
I mean, I could just get this one out of the way, but I need more mycelia is the goddamn problem. But I could get, I do have a chunk of mycelia, I think. But also need better just to have this, I guess. And then I can get the blender, which is great for sulfuric acid, which also means that I can get turbo fuel, or ionized fuel. I never use drones, even though I probably should. And then there's that. There's resource wells, which is that. And then eventually, got miner Mark III. Jesus Christ. I still have a long way to go before I can get miner Mark III. Drones and vehicles, god damn. God damn. I'm not amazed how long you've been stalking me now, Skirod, to get yourself 100k points. For as little as you interact here, it's not amazing to me that you have stocked up such a massive pile. The only more reason why I keep saying is that, like, the whole shiny check thing, you, Nam, and Kitty basically have control over when the shiny does or does not come out at that point. Because you guys have all the power to spam in the world. Which is also why it's also your fault that it took a month and a half for my most recent model in shiny to actually come out. Because you never dared to bother, because it doesn't matter. I mean, this would be for drones more than anything. I don't use vehicles beyond trains. It would be smart to use drones, but I guess I can go for hazmat suit and just try going for those filters. But for now, let me make sure that this is all set up proper. Obviously, screws are needed. Big surprise. I mean, to be fair, Nab, you were also away for a good chunk of that time too. There, in that case instance, at least I can give you better. Like, I can give you a pass because you were literally on vacation when that model came out. Like, unironically, you were literally on vacation. You were not here to care about it. You were out in the world caring about other things. Meanwhile, Skuro the entire goddamn time was here, not giving a singular damn about my shiny. And about my content in general, too. Let's not even kid around, because again, if you're not going to be here to spend the points, what are you even here for? And don't you say for me, because you know that's not true. Alright, let me get more encased industrial beams, as well as some pipes. Actually, I'm wondering now, can I just go up an elevator now with this? Will this let me just go up elevators? Is the whole thing considered powered, or is it only the elevator point considered powered? Only the first elevator point. So I would need additional floors to be able to let me go up that way. Okay. Yeah, I would need additional floors. Obviously, I could also just make a wall outlet as well to help me out there, but in essence, the elevator won't help. Okay. Thank you. And thank you. I know train tracks are powered. I think they're powered on like a weird center point though. And I know they're not powered like throughout the entire thing, because it is possible to lose power despite being somewhat relatively close to them. Oh, it's so good to have reach again. Oh, wow. It's full now? Oh, shit. I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah. Okay. And that's plastic. Yeah, plastic cables. Yeah, figures. Alright, so let's get copper sheets, more plastic, and go from there. There's the freight. Alright, cable. I'll come back for plastic sheet or copper sheets. And also doing this actually does also mean that I'll be putting into effect my idea of when copper is busy manufacturing everything else, the all-clad aluminum sheets won't be crafting, but it will be backlogging the aluminum ingots, which will spit into the awesome sink instead. So that way that never, ever, ever clogs. I like this bird just standing on the middle of a 200 or 480 belt, just not giving a singular flying fuck. What? I say a damn thing. Okay. And then let's go get plastic. Bad Nam. No. Fuck you too. You're supposed to want to spank me, not smack me. I mean, what? Now, the fact that I already have access to Mark 5 dolphins is super nice. I can do that for a couple of things. It won't, actually, it won't matter for screws, because Mark 5 is... okay. You say that as if that isn't hot. I mean, what? There you go, I gave you the actual reason. The best reward made for being a good girl. All my production, despite being in like very tight-knit areas, are all so efficient. I love it! Listen, this stream has been completely boring as shit and lame as fuck, alright? I have to make it up somehow. Especially with how ugly all my designs are, I really need to make it up somehow. But I like it. It's the reason why I like this game to be like my children at the end of the day. I don't have to... well, okay, the focus actually has to be there, but it's more so like... at the very least, I know this game enough that I can, like, rectify mistakes and stuff like that. Alright, let me just slap all this plastic in there, just for the sake of getting the computers going again. How many computers do I actually have? Ooh, half a container. Only like a third of a container. Okay. Thank you. All my stuff is back. And we are good to go now. Alright, let's go get the... oh, wait, I can climb from here. Let's go! That's why I did it like that! I'm not even kidding! That's literally why I did it like that. So number one, it's all just wiring that goes up, but also number two, because I can just fucking hover back up! Alright, so let me get the casings, the quick wire. don't know why I did it like that, you dumb bitch. That's also why I keep the standard jetpack and the hover pack on me at all times. So I can hot swap between them whenever I want. I just need half of a stack. And then let me go with the quick wire. I like how the quick wire, I think, is still on a Mark 1 too. Here's what I mean. It literally isn't until a little bit later in this line for the computer parts that, or for the do we actually need, quick wire to really become efficient? You're still Mark 1, right? Yeah, you're still fucking Mark 1. The entire time, I have set up quick wire once. Once and once only. I've never needed to upgrade it. I've never needed to do anything else. And I've been able to make, Mark 2 fucking power poles and everything else that I need efficiently and effectively well. Also, in this case, actually, let me make you... Because Mark 5 is... what now? 780. Oh, wow. So it's actually technically not even enough, actually. It's still... sucky is the answer. Oh, well. I'll still upgrade it just for the sake of speed. There you go. Look how fast that goes! So nice. But also, that's why we needed a Mark 6 at the end of the day, because even if you have only a Mark, the Mark 5s are not even double that of a Mark 4, so even then the actual input power is still lacking, all things considering. Right, so we need... Okay, so the thing is, do I even have a gas mask at all? I don't. So actually, unironically, I need a gas mask. And then I need 100 of these filters, because that's going to get me both 50 for myself and 50 for the actual milestone, which means I need a hell of a lot of fabric. Which means I either need a shit ton of mycelia, or I need a shit ton of the other thing. I forget what it's called, like residue or some shit like that. I can get the... what's it called? The biomass very easily. The mycelia is the goddamn issue here. I have to go around shopping these fuckers. This is where the collectathon happens. Like I said, I know this could be automated with the residue or whatever, but I don't like it, mostly just due to the fact that it's way harder to make a load balance or manifold system for fuel or liquids in general that make it so that I can control and or optimize how much is going through to one singular place until it overflows and it comes back. But essentially, until that one gets actually completely full and it backlogs, essentially speaking, I just have to deal with the fact that the entire goddamn time everything is at a deficit until that fills up. Which just feels bad. Part of the reason why I'm a little amazed that valves are so mediocre in this game. That in reality their flow throughput is not as in your control as it makes it seem. Damn, 251. So close to perfect. I'll keep reading that I have this shit here. One, two, three. Okay. I'm gonna go get the biomass. Yeah. Maybe because it wasn't taking in direction at the moment. That might be it. I think you're supposed to be looking in the loose direction for the automatic zip line to work. Also, it would be super nice too about being able to now build out of here. Now that this is all going to be like standard optimization. So actually, I should really make a count list of how many immersive spheres I need, so that number one, I can obviously collect them for further upgrades, and number two, I can also go gather them for the sake of being able to place them down everywhere that I've got to be able to. Wow, I don't have enough biomass. That's. Whoa! I didn't realize I still haven't made enough. Wow! I thought I collected a huge amount of biomass at the end of the day, but okay then, I guess. It still isn't enough even then. Holy shit. Wow, yeah, even this could be at the end of the day. I actually need to go chop down more. That's crazy. Huh. Maybe that might be a thing that I have to do in my off time as well, is go running around and chop down a shit ton of biomass so I can backlog the crafter here. Yeah, because that's still not enough. Because normally what ends up happening is whenever this gets filled up entirely, and then these get backlogged with both solid biofuel and the biomass inside, then it redirects all of it into here instead. Which, as you can see, it only has fucking 8, which is insane. Also, I don't know why I picked that up. It actually, if anything, that just goes to show, genuinely how efficient and how little I've honestly had to use a lot of my fallback because of being able to operate a lot more efficiently now. Clean up all this foliage that's here. Fuck this plant life. Fuck the greenery. That should be enough, all things considered, just because of the wood. Yep. Cool. I know I'll need more of these filters for the ionized filters for my hazmat suit, but again, for now, this is all I need. For now. Leaves and wood. Grab the remainder of the coal that is in that old compact coal construction system. Literally laid it down just for turbo fuel and never did it again. Oh, let me actually double check my power grid and see if what I did solve the issue that those pockets are no longer happening anymore. I really hope that was the fucking problem, because if not, then I'm much worried as to what was going on. And or what is going on right now. Where did my hover pack go? What the fuck? Why was it in there? That genuinely worried me for a solid moment. I was so scared that my hover pack just suddenly vanished. Grab this pool. Okay. Make all the fabric in the world. They make all the filters. We make a gas mask, and we're good. Like I said, this is why I like setting things up before I start doing tedium work, because then when I'm doing the tedium work, it is already backfilling literally everything. Unironically, by the time I finish this, I wouldn't be amazed if the all-clad aluminum sheets are done, which also means that the ingots are now getting sent into the awesome sink. Which is only even better, given the fact that, even if the all-clad aluminum sheets aren't actually done, what might actually be the case is that the copper is no longer flowing as well towards the, towards the system. Actually, I think because I have two overflows, maybe they're splitting evenly. So maybe it's being split evenly between, wire and all-clad aluminum sheets. Ooh, if that's the case, I may have to fix that up. I think that's the only thing that we need at this point, is a priority splitter. I'm astonished that we got a priority merger before we got a fucking priority splitter. I'll be honest. Especially given that I feel a priority splitter would be way more effective in terms of, usage. I guess the only reason why they went priority merger is because we already have the smart splitter, so it'd be kind of weird to have two things for the splitter and nothing for the merger. So they gave it now 1 and 1. But again, I think now we need a priority splitter. Especially now that they have proven that they can do it with the priority merger. They now need a priority splitter. Honestly, they might have just backed themselves into a corner in that case scenario. A little bit. Yeah. Okay. So we need the gas mask. Hell yeah. And then gas filters. I think it's also part of the game that I love so much. It's just the fact that... Oh, right, I have one more biomass because I had one extra thing on me. I'll slap this in right off the bat just so I can get it out of the way. Oh, yeah. Oops, didn't hit the button.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects the wearer from radiation by consuming iodine-infused filters. You may find this protection essential
so I need more
if you are
filters
going to
than in that
finally
case,
get
but
around
that's
to saving
fine.
humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea.
Oh, I needed
I will
fabric for
definitely
this.
be
Ah,
totally
fuck
honest
me.
with you from
God
this
damn it.
moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
Okay. To which the ionized filter. Make 50 of those. Which also means they make another 50 of these. Which is even 150 fabric. God damn it. Means I need a lot more mycelia again. Biomass isn't the worst, it's the fucking fabric. Alright, really good sources of mycelia around here right now. Like, those eggshells are really good. These plants are pretty good. I don't remember... I think it's the mushroom. The blue mushroom forest is like the one that's really good at giving me mycelia. unfortunately, I'm trying to think of, like, where the fuck is that? In accordance to where I'm at in my position. Honestly, I don't quite know. You know, I think there's like a mycelia. There's a wall on those eggshells that has a shit ton of mycelia, though. I think in other locations. I know one. I think I know how to get there. God, it's a hard think. It's weird that it's treating it like I'm in some kind of cave or like an echo chamber of some kind. I heard that like reverberation in the audio. Ooh, that's actually do something nice for you. Yeah. I should be cutting these down too because either way I need the wood anyways. How are you protecting? Okay, but actually, what are you protecting? You guys don't really just aren't here just in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. What are you protecting? Or is this like a biome pass-through area? Maybe that's it. It's just a biome pass-through area that they just wanted to like kind of loosely protect. Weird. Oh, fuck, I didn't realize I was there. Is she there? Yeah. Okay. Do I have enough? Probably not, but... Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. I mean, a little too much, unfortunately, of the wood, but it's fine. I can go to steel real quick, snag the 200 coal that I need in that case scenario. And that actually makes it super easy, because that means I now have gas mask and radiation resistance for at least a good chunk of time. A very good chunk of time. Now after advanced system development, I can finish that up, and that's probably what we'll wrap up for tonight. Super, super, super nice. Oh, having aluminum is so good. Having got aluminum set up that cleanly is so nice, actually. Like I said, I think that's easily the cleanest I've ever set up aluminum because obviously, number one, I actually understand what I'm doing a lot more, having gone to aluminum, what, 4 times now, I think? 4 or 5 times at this point, I've gone to aluminum, versus everything else. I've gone to phase 4 very cleanly. However, it's always aluminum is where I always get that, like, stopgap, which is why all my blueprints get to aluminum, and that's where they kind of stop. So I need to make aluminum blueprints. And then I need to work on just additional development. And that's it. And of course, then it's all about elevator parts. I'm so confused. Okay. So this is why sometimes it throws it into the dimensional depot. I wonder if that's a shortcut somewhere. That's a shortcut that I don't know about. It just instantly throw into dimensional depot. some coal, please. I'm doing a bad fish this year. I need that coal. Santa's probably not happy with me. Okay. I want to see if the aluminum ingots are feeding out. Or if it's still crafting all clad. It looks like it might still be crafting all clad. Holy shit. Oh, it's just barely finishing up. It's finishing up the stockpile. Also, but yeah, there you go. See? It's already done with all clad aluminum sheets, so now I'm getting a crap ton there again. Which is amazing. And obviously, once the copper ingots run out, which are about to run out actually really soon here, it's just going to be aluminum ingots, which they're going to instantly feed out to there anyways. Hell yes. Might as well grab everything while I'm here. Boop, Why would you say fucking I'm in blue sky? First off, I always hated Twitter. Always hated Twitter. Then again, most social media in general, I despise as a whole. But what made me move to Blue Sky fully, like, no longer even humor the idea of posting anything to Twitter beyond, like, a notification post or something like that, of that effect, is literally the fact that, the new terms of services of X, or I say new, but at this point I think it's over a year old now, states that anything, and that does mean anything, posted onto Twitter, or X, is a completely, utterly free use for them to use in their AI, crafting systems, aka to support Grok. So, for example, I don't know if it's necessarily fully capable of doing this, but if you ask Grok to generate a photo of, say, art of Shy Lily or something like that, because obviously Shy Lily has a shit ton of art on Blue Sky, then it's going to generate you something from her artists, whether or not they actually approved it. Because in the terms of services, if you want to use Blue Sky, or sorry, if you want to use Twitter, you have to submit anything that you post is now being used for data for their stupid ass AI Grok. And that's not even to speak that they could obviously just take that data and sell it anyways. So for all intents and purposes, if you post anything on X, just expect the fact that you might possibly find it somewhere else in the dark web, used for God knows what other purposes. So that's the point that made me say, fuck it, I'm not gonna use X anymore for anything. I'm not gonna post any art, I'm not gonna post any updates, I'm literally just gonna be using it as a stream notification, and that's it. X at this point is really nothing more than a site that I use to announce when I am or am not, or I'm streaming and when I'm ending stream. That's it. Because if all they want to do is steal content and just not give a damn about us, then fuck them. It was already bad enough, though, that I already didn't like using X in the first place, or Twitter, because when the Muskrat took control, everything just went south. If Twitter before Musk was in control was already pretty bad, like, last I came around, it was honestly a place where people with the blue check mark are very loud while anybody else is super quiet. So, if you don't get verified, you don't get verified. But, the moment that Musk took reign, not only did it take off a lot of filters, a lot of the rules were lifted, and it became super, super, super easy to be sexist, racist, misogynistic. I forget what the other term for, like, when a woman is misogynistic towards a man. I keep forgetting what that one is, but it does have a term. But all of that is just so unbelievably easy to do now on X. Like, you could literally post white supremacist bullshit on there, and you will not get dinged whatsoever. Not a singular fuck will be given. And it's really, really, really disgusting.
Future development efforts. The blender enables you to mix and or
Yeah, I
combine
could just do
parts
blender
and
now
fluids
because
for
all
more
I need
complex
is
recipes.
liquid nitrogen
Most importantly,
and all
project
the other
part
stuff.
number 6,
Oh, I need this
the
though. I
assembly
need this
director
for resource
system,
well.
should
Yeah.
be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
So I actually need this. Yeah. Cool. Misandry. Thank you, Nam. Thank you. Like I said, I know there was a word for it. I couldn't remember what it was. Did I have enough fabric? Did I have enough fabric? Oh, I guess I did have enough fabric. Weird. So I need the hazmat suit and more gas filters. Oh yeah, then there's also that too. The block button isn't even a block button anymore. Now it's just a I don't want to see your posts anymore, essentially speaking. Blocking at this point is pointless. It literally, like, as far as, if I remember correctly, if it's still the same as it was before, all blocking is it just makes it so that they don't get notified of your post, or more actually, they won't see it on their timeline, and you can't see their post on your timeline. But I believe if you still go to their profiles themselves, you can still see their shit. So it's just like, so what the fuck's the point of blocking? Like, literally the point of blocking is that they don't see my content. I don't want them to know anything about me. I don't want any connection to me whatsoever. And yet, it doesn't matter. Blocking isn't blocking anymore, which is so stupid. So stupid. It feels really bad, by the way, Nam, that, like, it's so easy to think on the word misogyny, but it's so hard to think on the word misandry. Only because of the fact that, God, it's gonna sound really wrong to say this, but the whole woman power movement really leans in to obviously the female side of things, which makes it basically that like the male side of things, but they also have struggles. It's just never noticed, never acknowledged, and never cared about, which is genuinely wrong. It really is. Men have just as much troubles as women. They have different kinds of troubles, but for all intents and purposes, both issues should be referenced equally. But you'll always hear about how a man abuses a woman, but never about the woman abusing the man. Or, more accurately, you'll hear about the man abusing the woman. Poor her. She's so innocent. Well, how could he ever do that? And then you hear about the woman abusing the man, and it's like, man, what did he do to deserve that? What did he do to push her to that? And it's just like, do you not see the hypocrisy here? Like, there's two sides to each coin. If you're gonna go one way, you gotta go the other way too. You can't stick to one lane. You gotta go both lanes. But, nope. Obviously, that's unfortunately not the direction that a lot of people choose. Which is an actual issue that's going on right now. Literally on Twitter, too. It's going on Twitter right now. Is the whole, I didn't know this, and that's again why it's such a fucking issue, is that, Pride Month shares the month with, Men's Mental Awareness Month. I could have sworn they were two different months. But no, they share the same month. And in the last, I think, year or so, apparently men's awareness has started to slowly but surely creep on top of Pride Month. This year, it actually seems like men's awareness is finally creeping above Pride Month. And Twitter is losing their fucking minds about this. How do I know this? Because, for anyone who doesn't know, Rainbow Six Siege is still a thing. And they usually post a Twitter or a tweet at the beginning of June to celebrate for Pride Month. And I think normally they also do a event inside of Rainbow Six Siege as well to support Pride Month because, you know, fucking companies are always going to support the shills. They're going to support the people who are just like, oh, follow us and we'll support you. We'll buy your stuff if you put a rainbow flag on it. But this year, Ubisoft, or whoever is running the Rainbow Six Siege social site, instead, they posted for Men's Awareness Month. Which is the thing that made me realize, oh, they're both the same month. They're not different months. Men's Awareness and Pride Month are on the exact same month. And people are losing their goddamn minds over this. Because everyone's now trying to boycott, first off, Rainbow Six Siege, but also Ubisoft. Then again, Ubisoft deserves to be boycotted for many other reasons that aren't this post. But a lot of people online are trying to essentially, like, start a riot over the fact that Ubisoft, or Rainbow Six Siege specifically, are supporting men's awareness over pride. And it's just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, if you want to advocate for something, you realize that there's other people who are going to advocate for other things. It's just the fucking cause and effect of the world. You fucking morons. But sadly, you're right, Nap, that it's going to take, honestly, probably another century or two, maybe even more, before there's actually going to be a genuine shift between people being able to say misogyny or misandry equally versus every single time the moment that you think of partner abuse, you instantly think of misogyny, which is the man against the woman, versus misandry, which is woman against the man. So, yeah. Men deserve too? 100% they do. Oh, epic. I mean, it's again, I touched on this a little bit when I was talking about how when I was in my relationship, even though I did not want my partner to get a tattoo, period, like at all. If I could have, I would have hamstrung them to not get that tattoo ever violate their skin in that manner. But men have just as much rights as I do. If I want to get a boob reduction, or if I want to get, like, oh fuck, I was gonna say a boob job, but like the idea of making it even bigger is ridiculous. I'm free to do so, just as much as a guy is completely free to get himself a tattoo if they want to and do the things that they want. It's again part of the reason why when I still had belief that they cheated on me, I didn't just outright call them out, or I didn't try to, like, make them feel bad about it, you know? I tried to get the truth before I called them out on it. Like, I very much believe that we're all flesh. All of us are flesh. Well, except for me. I'm digital, but that's besides the point. Humans are humans. That's a better way of putting it. Humans are humans. And no matter if you have a dick, or you have boobs, whether you have full lips, or you have a fucking Adam's apple, it doesn't matter. You're human. You matter. Your emotions are your emotions. They exist. They're not meant to be ignored. Despite what a lot of the internet would rather say otherwise. God, what a fucking depressing, but also a truthful note to end on. But you know what? I'm okay with it, because at this point, now that I'm done with Illumino, God, this is now just a game of proficiency and efficiency. So, I have two things that I can do at this point. Number one, oh, actually, I should set up nitrogen. I should set up nitrogen, or... No, yeah, I set up nitrogen. I set up nitrogen so that I can start making heat sinks, cooling systems, and fuse modular frames. And once I get hydrogen going, I can then also set up for Mark III miners. The moment that I get Mark III miners, that's when I can make my first genuine gigafactory. That's the moment that I can. God, making supercomputers is going to be so annoying. Oh my god, that costs so much. I think it costs 4 computers per supercomputer? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Yeah, 4 computers per one supercomputer. So I need at least 400. I have that. I'm not saying I don't, but I also need high-speed connectors. This is the moment. This is what I mean. This is the moment where quick wire is necessary. Why? You need quick wire for AI limiters and a quick wire for high-speed connectors. This is the moment where all of a sudden you need Caterium, which I think is also why You unlock scanning for Caterium. I believe in control system? No. Oh, no. You unlock Caterium through the map. Right. But I believe this is where is it? Oh, for all those versions, I guess you could have gotten it way earlier if I wanted to. But essentially speaking, this moment right now is the moment where the game goes, yes, you need Caterium. Because this is no longer, okay, maybe you want to build AI limiters for yourself for smart splitters. Maybe you want to build high-speed connectors for priority power switches. Nope. This is the point where you, at long last, need Caterium at Tier 8. By Tier 8 is where the game finally demands of you Caterium. At long last. But yeah, that is going to be tomorrow's struggle, though. We'll have to see. Well, yeah, I guess just literally getting advanced aluminum is not going to be the most difficult thing in the world. The only thing I need to do is the radio control units, which is mostly crystal oscillators, I believe. Let me see about that real quick. Yeah, it's computers and crystal oscillators. Yeah, so honestly, that's pretty much it. I never automate crystal oscillators, even though I probably should. It's only reinforced frames and cores, right? Oh, it's cable reinforced frames and cores. So it actually is a bit of a complicated setup. So yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that once I get the Mark III miner is where I'll actually start doing like massive scale production, because then at that point is where I can actually start mapping everything around me to make far more hyper advanced productions to work with, which is going to be so goddamn nice. But with that being said and done, chat, thank you all so much for watching tonight. It has been great. It has been fantastic, especially being able to set up my my aluminum setup that I now have. Let me kind of just zoom on up over here to get a good look at all of that. Especially with all being just completely and fully efficient, and it is all entirely self-sufficient. That's the part that makes me so happy, is whenever I make these all just like work functionally to never stop or never need me to interfere with them ever again, that's what makes me so happy. That's the part that really makes me moist. Seeing that aluminum production being just a train and the water just meeting, it feels so good. It feels so good compared to like the usual overly complicated layout that I would make where I like to get fucked up and like all these beltings trying to get in by one means or another. But here it just looks so clean. So goddamn clean, and I love it. So good. One last check because I'm just paranoid. Silica's barely backed up. You're barely backed up. It's only backing up because of the fact that you just crafted more. You're only backing up a little bit on water, but even then that water instantly gets dumped out, which is fucking great. And then these should have literally nothing in them, essentially speaking. Yep, as soon as you spit out those 4, you get 4 more, which then spits them out over here. And yeah, beautiful. Yeah, so there you go. There's a little bit of overflow of copper ingots going in. It is a Mark II belt. Just gotta double check this now. I now have doubts in myself. Let me double check to make sure that is all Mark II. Mark II. Mark II. Mark II. I should have to make sure this is all Mark II because it feels slow, all things considered. It probably is just slow because of the overflow factor, but it still feels slow even then. You know, the easiest answer would be to buy the thing. No, it's all Mark II. Yeah, it's all Mark II. Yeah, I guess it's just... Yeah, so it's all focusing on the copper in front, and then it's spitting out the extra both to the left and to the right. That's all it is. Cool. Cool. And yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. We'll be back on this tomorrow to see how it goes. Oh, I forgot. I may be playing either a ROM or a game next week. I don't remember what it was that I had in my mind. I had it during the day when I was working, but it already slipped my mind. I know there was either going to be a Pokemon ROM hack or something else, which was going to be on the shorter side of a game, so that it'll only go till next week, and then the week after I'll be playing Project Yggdrasil in that case. But yeah, with that being said, then thank you all so much for watching. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Blue Sky, subscribe on YouTube, but do it on YouTube as per goddamn usual. But with that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Satisfactory.